this is a great segue to Doechii.
Go for it.
Gams,
you do it.
Hit us with the Doechii. Set us up with Doechii.
Set us up with Doechii.
Disappointed
Why?
of what she said.
Yeah.
But I didn't listen to the rest of it. Is that all she said?
Well, can we find out what she said first, and then we shall dive into it?
Because she said her red flags are straight men. What?
Yeah.
Who?
Doechii is a artist from well, she's not from LA actually.
She's from the Tampa side. Hence why she calls herself like the Swamp Queen. Yeah.
But she signed to TDE. TDE is a independent record label in LA. Kendrick Lamar used to be a part of it.
Okay.
And she was on
I'm not sure. It's just was it Hot Ones, yeah?
She was on Hot Ones.
What's that?
Hot Ones is that
Where they eat the chicken.
where they eat the chicken and it's spicy.
With the spicy and then, right? That'd be cool. I'd
And she was on there with a friend.
kill that. Okay.
She was on there with like usually that. What's the Donny's name that does Hot
Sean.
Ones?
Sean
Usually Sean's does it with
Yeah.
the guests.
Right.
But she was on there with
Must have
someone.
another celebrity or something like that.
Yeah,
That's what they did. Yeah.
And they were having conversations.
yeah.
And they brought up the fact that what were her
Red flag for
preferences.
her is dating a single, a straight guy. Yeah.
Her preferences was straight men.
Right.
A red flag.
So then she's a lesbian?
Yeah.
The male community felt some type of way about it, and so did I.
Well,
I struggle sometimes when I guess the feminism community, I would say, comes in and says that all men are misogynistic and this, that, and the other, because I think men really have their whole life as much as, because people always speak about what's the word when you suppress someone? What's the right word for it?
Yeah, it's pretty much that is it.
Suppress, like these people, whatever the community is, right, as well, like the gay community, like people suppress them for a really long time, right? And then that's why they have all these rights, and that's why they come out and they do their protests, right?
Yeah.
But also, I feel that men have also been suppressed. You know, you can't show emotions. You must be a man, right? You must be a man. You must do this. You must show up. And it's like, what if you... I spoke to someone, and I'm not going to say who it is, but I spoke to someone the other day when I was feeling down. He's a very big... whatever he does.
Right.
And he even said that he would love to just express his emotions online, but he can't because it will be detrimental to his image.
Right.
And it's just like men struggle with that. And so you have like these women who come along who are like, men are trash, men are this. Well, actually, men are just fucking little boys inside of them that just want to be loved in some sort of way. They've been hurt. They've been taught the wrong way, maybe by their father or something like that. Like my brothers got beaten up by my dad, and so they then thought, and then like they then
that was passed down.
Yeah, and then they've got to then think and change, and like they've got to carry that with them. So like what my brothers, if I'm like, you can open up, they can't, because when they would cry, my dad would beat them. Yeah, exactly. So you know, we don't know what men go through, but then these women are like thinking that they're perfect and that men are all trash, and I'm like, they're not.
Yeah, we love you.
Yeah,
we love you, Nick.
Yeah, you're not. And it's like, and then they'll watch this video and be like, she's such a pick me, and I'm not. It's just I have emotional fucking intelligence and I understand. But when you're so judgmental towards one thing and you really truly believe that men are fucking terrible, no, they're not.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, you just want to be loved just like us, but you don't know how to express it because you've never been taught.
This is my thing as well. I like the fact that sometimes you can be a recording artist and you just don't tell everybody everything.
What do you mean?
I like my artists that are pretty mysterious a little bit.
But then you can't say that and then turn around and say you guys speak about your emotions. And then someone does talk about their emotions, you turn around and say, well, you can't do this.
So,
right?
I'm saying...
I think what she could have said is not all men, but I think what she put out, I think is fantastic because that's her opinion.
Yeah.
But I think it should have been like, some men are my red flag or something. Because we're sitting here going, we should encourage people to talk about emotions, but then when you do, we're going to hate you for it.
But it's different.
Who's going to hate?
Who's going to hate?
Well, for example, like we're talking about her, we're giving her opinion, and we're like, that's not right, and we're judging her for it.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Where we're saying, we'll actually open up, tell us what your red flags are, and then when she does, we're all talking about, well, that was a bit too much.
Well, I think if she expanded on it, I think, if she expanded on it, but if she's I haven't seen this video, so I'm just going off of...
She doesn't expand
she didn't
on it.
expand on it.
It's just like a quick, red flag.
Yeah, so if she doesn't,
heterosexual
yeah,
men.
so then that's the only thing that we can speak off of, and like, yeah, I mean, we just disagree. But if she would have said, oh, I think they're a red flag, or some men, or this type of person, or like, you know, she expands on it, then maybe we could be like, okay, I understand that. But if you're just saying all men are red, like that's and that's it, period, no more conversation. It's like, how can you say that when you've got no proof to cover that? Like, again, you don't know what men go through.
So I said, you're right, and that's the reason why I said artists in our day that grew up kept a lot of their political views or the way they felt about certain things to themselves. And I feel like that's still a good thing, because sometimes that can spoil an artist. It's like it's like that saying, don't meet your idol, or don't let, you know what I mean? When you meet somebody you really admire and then they say something, you're like, oh,
fantastic, let them.
Do
we not want to find out?
No,
I want to find out who my child role model is, and if they're
but
let's not.
Right.
I want them to speak up. Tell me about your views.
Right. So my thing with Doechii is I was just getting into her. Like, I was just actually feeling her music. She won some Grammys. She's doing her thing, and I was like, you told that. You've just isolated a certain demographic of men that actually rate your music. Now now they're questioning. Okay, well, because you haven't elaborated.
Yeah, you haven't.
I just felt like I felt some type of way. Yo.
What's your definition of a red flag?
My definition of a red flag, it's a good question. Like, a red flag is, I don't know, it's hard. It depends.
I think there's so many things.
There's too many different.
But it should be something someone does that you don't condone.
Yeah.
It's a red flag.
Which could be completely acceptable.
Is a red flag and a deal breaker the same thing?
A deal breaker and a red flag.
I think it depends on
A red
how.
flag is a term.
No, because a deal breaker for me.
Go for it.
I love it.
A red flag is a term often used to describe a warning sign or indicator of potential problems or negative traits in a situation, relationship, or a person.
Right, a deal breaker could be something like food. I
That's a
don't
deal
like
breaker.
this, and you love eating this.
I feel like deal breaker is done, right?
Yeah, that's done.
If, for example, if you, let's say blue trainers, like, it's my red flag, that doesn't mean we're done. It just means, let me watch out for that. I think deal breaker is like, he's got blue shoes on, I'm done.
No,
No?
A deal breaker is I want kids and she don't.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
a deal breaker.
That's a deal breaker.
No, but then I can say that's a red flag because, for example, you could change your mind when you're with someone. I'm now in a place where I do not want kids. All my friends are like, wait till you meet someone and you fall in love.
Yeah.
Things could change.
Yeah.
So
But I wouldn't, regardless, even tomorrow if my wife said, let's adopt, I'm on it.
Yeah.
I've never been a person who's wanted to, all right, let me warm into something. So it's a deal breaker if I met Lisa and she was like, no, I don't want any kids. I'm like, all right. Red flags, you're right. Red flags are more like warnings. Like a warning shot. Like you see something and you go, all right, keep an eye on that.
This person keeps using the toilet and they don't put the seat down.
Yeah.